Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and we're a couple days removed from the really large buff patch that totally changed the meta, and we're gonna go over the best decks to climb with, whether it's standard or wild, getting to silver, gold, platinum, diamond, or legend. We do have some changes here. We have some new stuff that's emerged, and we have one buff deck that might be decent. We might have one. So we'll talk about that. If you enjoy the content on the channel, feel like I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like because it helps the channel out a lot. We probably won't do another deck video until, I guess, the early next year, right? To start the year off in January. So hopefully these decks can get you across the finish line. We have got quite a lot to go through. So starting off, obviously, Hagatha Shaman, still arguably the best deck in the game. High legend, it does seem to be like Discover Honor, but even there, the deck does really well. You just want to get your Flight of the Firehawk, play your buffed up Bumbling Bellhops. You got Parrot Sanctuary in there to discount all your Battlecry minions. Of course, if you're going first, play Elise or play Agatha, you're probably winning the game curving into your spells. You got Muradin in here, which basically avatar form, best card in the whole freaking package, giving you that AoE, and overall deck's really good. You can't go wrong with it for now. Absolutely. Maybe next balance patch will get hit, but if you're looking for a really solid deck that I find to be enjoyable to play, if a bit, you know, curve stony, it's a good pick to go with. And Ziliax has the twin module, perfect module. Next, of course, we already mentioned it, Discover Hunter, a really good deck. Got the insane new edition of Sylvanas, the fabled card that gives you Illyria and Varisa, but basically get that Sylvanas, you can bounce it, get more of them with like Rangari Scout, but you could also win OTKing with like Neri and Mixologist spells, or if you get the Grifta 1 mana deal 6, you could also win with Incendious. You got Shala for, well, Elise purposes mostly. Ziliax, again, twin module, perfect module. You can win with multiple lines with this deck, tempoing out a bunch of alien encounters. It's really solid. Just try your best to draw Exarch Niall very early, because she is like one of the best mulligan win rates in all of Hearthstone. Absolutely crack card, giving you that 1 mana card draw every turn. And yes, Discover Hunter, very, very good. Dragon Warrior has re-emerged. It kind of was like falling off, and now people have kind of rebuilt it, cutting out, sadly, yes, the fabled card. No longer really being run. Instead, we have Neralax really focusing more on late game dragons like Fireack. We have the Great Jakorix. We have Worm. Ziliax. Is it always twin module, perfect module? Sure feels that way. But like we have Epoch in there, mostly for Elise purposes, just like Tormented Dreadwing for Elise purposes. But yes, people have figured out that, yeah, we should probably play Elise in this deck too. And it's way better. People have hit rank 1 with this, and it is trending as the better version of Dragon Warrior. It's just really sad to see the Fabled take a hit. Like, my God, can we have the Fabled in here? But yes, if you're looking for the better version of the deck, like Whelp of the Infinites in here as well, this is trending really well, and we'll probably do a video on it. I do want to do some more gameplay videos this week. I'm going to highlight some of them, either like refined or newer decks, because there are some on here, and we haven't done a bunch of gameplay in a while. Cliff Dive Demon Hunter, definitely not one of those, just really solid. Get the Blob of Tar out, then bring it back with Ravenous Fellhunter, just to be annoying to get you to your late game of Cliff Dive, where you can get like Illidari, Mechtherodon. We got Briar Spawn back in the meta, and if you have a bunch of stuff on the board, you can Califro, and yeah, if you hit one of these, you might just OTK your opponent. Get a bunch of Illidaris, get a bunch of Mechtherodons, get a bunch of Briar Spawns, and you got Broxigar in there, because it's basically going to go in every Demon Hunter deck. It's just, it thins your deck, and you get card draw on a lifesteal weapon. It's pretty good. I don't know if you really see Broxigar himself very often, but these cards, really solid. And yes, Cliff Dive Demon Hunter, a very safe pick right now. Probably my deck of choice right now is Double Blood Death Knight, which I don't know if it runs a single new card. I don't believe it does. Some people run Marin, some people have been running Fireack. I've been trying Fireack. I'm going to try this Marin list when I play next. I haven't tried this version out yet, but early on, since the patch seems to be trending as the best version of Double Blood DK. I mean, you just curve out, play good early stuff, but you want Elise. You know, that's the main thing. Get Elise. Elise is insane. Copy up Blob of Tars, control your opponent, and you have the insane turns you could do with Exarch Maladar into like Ziliax or Ysera, and then cheat out Giants, which just could be a huge tempo swing, corrupt your Shala at the same time, kind of controlling, but more of like just a mid-range deck. And yeah, it's pretty effective and one that I've been doing pretty darn well with myself. Another DK deck that has popped up, I think Meesmile got rank 1 legend playing this, Stegadon, which we're going to do a video on this for sure. I don't know when, but hopefully soon. But yes, Bone Chill Stegadon Death Knight, where you got your early game aggression like Whelps and Raptors and Pedal Peddler. Also gives you corpses for Exarch Maladar, which you could cheat out maybe a High Cultist Aaron, or of course Ziliax with Twin Module, Perfect Module, all the decks run it. And yeah, it's just pretty solid. And then copying up Stegadons or having your Umbra unleash those Stegadons can do a ton of damage. And there are new cards in here actually, like Time Stop, like Portal Vanguard, and we're even seeing a Soul Rest Ceremony, because you can give those Death Rattles rush and have them go off immediately. So hopefully we'll have a video on this one soon. This is one that I am planning on trying to cover. For Rogue, there's 2 Rogue decks of choice. Protoss Rogue, probably the more popular one, easier one to play. You have Garona in there just because the Kingslayers can help you draw your cards, as well as maybe it'll be -15 or whatever health to your opponent. Also, you add a minion to your opponent's deck, which if they're playing a no minion deck, that can be really annoying. Of course, Deja Vu is just a ridiculous card, and what you're trying to do, you can like Dorian and play Blink and get like multiple Protoss minions, include like for 1 mana. But Dios can double the effects of those Templar cards. They deal 8 at the end of the turn, they deal 16 total, and you can copy them up with the Elise location. Again, Elise isn't like every deck, of course. And oh yeah, we also have Ziliax with Twin Module, Perfect Module. It's really fun when the same neutrals are in every single deck, isn't it? I don't know about that, but that's what we're gonna go with. So yeah, Protoss Rogue is doing really well. And if you want me to cry like a baby when I'm playing ladder, play some Cycle Rogue, which I've named Zeddy Mad, because every time I face this, I just get so pissed off because you step, prep, all that stuff, draw your deck with like Twisted Web Weaver, eat the imp, and you're cycling through. We get asteroids, Incendia stuff in the late game, and you can cheat out Everything Must Go, which can get early 4 drops out there, so you push early damage that way or fight for board that way, and do a bunch of spell damage with these type of cards in Blood Mage Thalnos, so you can even combo with that type of thing. So yes, really good deck at higher legend, not easy to play, but certainly makes my blood boil all the time. A Druid, we've seen the emergence of like a copy Druid. It's got like Alonius, it's got Briar Spawn, it has a new Fabled card, Lady Ijara, with the Well of Eternity, but you really want to double up on the Zinajari, so you can like get thick Ziliaxes or a thick Briar Spawn. You can do that. We have the new Welcome Home card in here as well to reopen certain locations. Of course, Elise, because she's insane, and Ziliax with, you know, the modules. I'm not going to go over it anymore. We know the modules. And yes, this deck has been kind of emerging as a real threat out there with contingency, with Krona as a possible high roll, right? You never know. Maybe you'll hit one of these big things, draw it, and do some good stuff. So this might be one we do a video on. I'm not sure, but it is doing pretty darn well. There's also like one that doesn't run Alonius that's doing pretty well. We'll see which one we can find to make a video on, but for now, I just saw the win rate on this card's pretty good, or on this deck's pretty good, so thought I'd recommend that. And also be aware, it does run Oaken Summons with Elise, so you might hit Elise, but you'll also might hit Blobitar, Traveler, and it's probably worth it, especially if you're drawn Elise, you're free to go. Or you played Krona, maybe cheat out something else, right? Next, yay, everybody's favorite deck. I'll just say Protoss Mage is probably the mage deck of choice. You can play Elemental Mage as well. Those are all right. You could play the Spell Quest Mage, but that's really high rolly. Mage doesn't have a really great deck, but the one that pisses the people off the most, is Protoss Mage, so I'm recommending it. I'm sorry. I don't know what to recommend for Mage. There's just not a lot that's really thriving. Warrior will go another Warrior deck. We already did Dragon Warrior, but always throw a new Quest Warrior, or not new, but a Quest Warrior list out there in case you want to play some Enter the Lost City. I found this deck is just almost too fair for the current game. Of course, you got Elise. Of course, you got Ziliak, and the great new additions of Elise the Crocalus and the card drawn like Precursory Strike, the draw and For Glory. It's a good deck. It's just not super top tier and can, you know, struggle with like some of the Death Rattly decks, or there's only so many clears and things like that. So deck's doing fine. If you want to play Quest Warrior, you can. Zarimi Priest, again, probably the best Priest deck out there. It's either that or Protoss. The buffs haven't really moved the needle at all for Priest. You have the new card in here like Murazond, where you can combo with your Zarimi, get that infinite damage and kill your opponent. Also have new cards like Portal Vanguard, Whelp of the Infinite, but basically draw your dragons, you know, play them, try and do the combo, win the game. And there's even like Disciple of Dove and Amber Priestess, so a mix of newer cards in there. And if you're wondering about Gravity Lapse, it's to make our Elise work, but you could maybe combo that in some ways to help fight for board. So overall, yeah, Zarimi Priest probably the best pick. Wouldn't recommend it if you're trying to climb, but it is certainly an option if you're looking for a Priest deck. And the last two decks are definitely the most out there. I saw Jambray said he did really well with this deck. The no minion DH that got buffed, so this is the buff deck I was alluding to, with the 3 mana Solitude that gives you 2 minions instead of 1. And this plays more aggressive. You got like Sigil of Cinders and things like that to just push damage. Your Time Lost Glaive. Of course, Proxigar goes into like every Demon Hunter deck. And they recently buffed the Eternal Hold. So it's pushing a bunch of damage with like Aeon Rend, locations, all of that. You're generating some minions, but you're not really all in on the minion generation. You're really going for tempo and just get, yeah, whatever kind of early stats, or maybe you could cheat something big out later to try and scam. Again, I will try and have a video on this really soon, maybe as early as tomorrow. I want to try this out. Unless the deck is terrible, then I guess you won't see it on the channel. But yes, this is one I definitely want to highlight. And lastly, Warlock's not doing a lot right now, and Reform still is really bad. If you want to play Reform Warlock, go for it, but I can't recommend it for climbing. I've seen Wallow Warlock actually making a bit of noise lately. I don't know if it's bait. I just saw it at Diamond through Legend with a semi-positive win rate, so we're gonna go with that. It looks pretty janky, Demolition Renovator, but you know, Foreboding Flame to cheat out demons, got Razordeer. But I guess the idea, get a lot of dark gifts. You can OTK with with Wallow, and then maybe do some really good early game stuff with all these dark gift cards, which, you know, can do some pretty crazy things. But overall, I would not go out of my way to craft any of this. But if you have the deck, you want to try it, go for it. And guess what? Ziliak's twin module, perfect module, genuinely shocked. And obviously the buff's not really making any impact on Wild. So we'll just go through what looks like to be the best decks in Wild lately. Egg Warlock, I see it a lot. It's really good. You can just you can consistently find your egg by turn 3, right? Get the egg, whether it's a Holy Egg Bearer, just all of your card draw. And then once you get the egg on the board, you get Umbra out and then you just kill it. You can kill it for 0 mana. So you can play it Umbra for 4, kill it, and then get your egg out right away. You can bring stuff back with like Habeas Corpus, and you can also Sacrificial Summoner your egg, which will always summon Umbra, and as long as you have any card to kill it off, you get the big egg, and then you just try and kill your opponent. You have Smothering Starfish in there in case your board gets frozen, and the Dissolving Ooze to destroy the 2020 to put it on something else for even more damage. This deck is really scammy, really quick, and very good, which you kind of need to be in the Wild format. I've been ignoring it for a while because I hate the deck. I don't like that it exists in Wild, but Nazmani Priest is arguably the best deck, especially top 1k Legend, where people like to, animation cheat and things like that. And the idea with this deck, you play Nazmani, it dies, you animate deaded, you get more of them, and then your cards are all free, and then you can get a Stone Tusk Boar on the board and infinite light speed. It'll basically be 0 every time you cast a spell, as long as you have 2 Nazmanis on the board, and you can copy them with Gift Illuminance, with Vivid Nightmare. Really gross deck, and one that I feel like Blizzard should take a look at in the near future, because I mean, they've nerfed how many of those style of decks? The infinite mana cheat OTK decks as early as like turns 3, 4, 5. It's pretty gross. So yeah, if you want to try it, it is certainly a good deck in the format. Pirate Demon Hunter, probably the best pure aggro deck in the format. Just spam pirates, kill your opponent, mana burn them so they can't do things. You can even glide in this list. You got the hero card, which could push a bunch of damage, but overall, super aggressive. Games are going to be fast one way or the other. The Kingslayer, the rogue pirate deck, is also pretty darn good with Garona. You could buff up that Kingslayers, but again, it's all about pirates. You can cold blood them up, give them Wind Fury, and you have the high roll of a Swift Scale Trickster, which if you play like a 1-mana pirate with it, you can corrupt this and get a ton of damage, a ton of value out of nowhere with that as well. So something to absolutely give a go. And lastly, I'll just go give it a shout out. Boogerworm tweeted this one out. I've played it a bunch lately. It's really good and really obviously disgusting. It's a good wild deck. They're all disgusting. With the Dungar Malagos Druid, he sells the best card in the whole thing, where with like Sleep Under the Stars, you can cheat 1 billion mana, cheat out Malagos, cheat out all these things, kill your opponents with swipes, Moonbeam, especially like Solar Eclipse Moonbeam. With the Malagos on the board is disgusting, and even have like Shadow Reflections, which got reverted, which is really good with Eonar being able to get multiple Titans, or just getting more spell damage can be valid too. So there you go. You can also play like Big Shaman. I always recommend Big Shaman, but I just did include it this time. Anyways, those are the decks for the rest of the year that we'll probably recommend. Again, we'll try and have some gameplay videos this week. I do have some news and stuff I want to cover, especially with Worlds coming up later this week. So we'll have plenty to talk about. But again, I do want to highlight some of the stuff, especially the no mini DH, which I really hope is not fake news, because Jean Bray can make bad stuff look pretty good, but we'll see how it goes out. I'll try it very soon. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Good luck on your climbs. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.